You are looking live at RSG Arena at Bridgewater Sports Arena, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting ready to take on the New Jersey Colonials in Friday night U19 AA girls hockey. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here to bring you the action live on YouTube, and we are glad that you are here. The Rockets come into this game looking for revenge after a game a couple of weeks ago in which the Colonials won at Menichillo Sports Arena by a 4-3 score. It was a tale of two games. The Colonials leaped to a 4-0 lead. The Rockets chipped away and they began to rally back like a house of fire. They came up just a little short, got to 4-3, got a breakaway by Grace Ulrich. Riley stopped the initial shot. Rizzo was there trying to poke it in, but if that puck had seen the light of day, we would have had a tie hockey game. The Colonials hung on. The Rockets now get their first shot at their familiar-faced opponents. The Rockets wearing their white jerseys with black pants. They have black across the shoulders. They have black numbers. They have a line that straps the chest all the way to the back. It goes underneath the numbers and it holds the Rockets crest in the front. It says Rockets across the front. Red trim on the numbers and letters. There's some yellow in there too. The socks are white. They have thick black lines at the shin pad, thin gray ones above and below, and an interesting looking R for the Rocket logo on the front at the shins of their socks. Black helmets abound. The Colonials in their familiar dark blue, white numerals trimmed with red, white numbers also on the sleeves where there is a red patch that goes across that's aligned with blue in it. Red stripes bracing a thin white stripe at the bottom of the jerseys, and the pants the same color as the jerseys. Socks similarly clad as well. Nieves on the dot, Menichillo on the left wing, Hansen on the right. Liftoff, period one. Picked off and marched in, wrist shot, Lacey's busy already. Bumped on the far side, puck comes to the middle. Kepler between the points. She'll send it into the near side corner. They'll battle for it below the end line. Still looking to pull it out. And they've had possession the whole time of the Colonials a minute in here, or 30 seconds in. Hansen's going to pick that one off of Cohen. Gets a little help to chip it out. That's Nieves. They get it in front of the Colonials bench. Still going. Menichillo lost the stick. Hansen was there, but couldn't get it all the way through the traffic as two Colonials converge. Nieves will retreat back into her own zone, send it for Redmond. They exchange it back and they send it into the Colonial side. Brought in up the right wing and sent at the net for a change. The Colonials in a passive set to start with. Rizzo banks it off the boards. Kepler backhands it in. Kepler holds her spot at the point instead of pursuing it. Sperling was down there. Banked off the boards, but picked off by Martin. Martin and Bruno will battle for it. Martin spins. Bruno stays with her for each turn and each spin. Centering feed. Sperling wrist shot, and it exceeds the top of the crossbar and comes to the near side. Rizzo was there, but Kepler jumped way up from the point to get there first. It goes up toward Connelly. Kept in on the far wing. Now picked up by Connelly and sent out. She's trying to send Rizzo, but she sent it out gingerly enough that it wouldn't be an icing, but it would be enough for a change. One timer up the middle off the feed from Sperling by Martin, but it was blocked away by some Rockets. Ulrich blocks that shot away, and it's backed in by Martell. Near side boards, Menichillo's over there, just out of picture. Sperling will take it behind the net, spins, banks it off for herself, finds the skate of Fox. Martin lost the stick as Nieves skated through her. Nieves was trying to spring Menichillo, but couldn't quite do it. Machero will pick that up, send it to the near side. Brennan will move it in over the right wing side. Comes off the corner, goes to the point. Nacera, through traffic, it hit off of Menichillo's skate and changed direction. Sperling tries to get through one, but Bruno's not fooled by it, and she'll send it forward for Nieves. Menichillo pushing Nocera out of the way so Nieves can get in over the line. Leaves it for the wrist shot by Menichillo, and there's the first save by Steph Jumba. X-H-U-M-B-A, number 30. Riley played the last, Jumba played this one. Markland played for the Rockets. Emma Lacey in this one now, the second time these teams meet. Martell ran into somebody over there, shaken for a moment, but not stirred. She gets up. Would have worked better if her number was 007. Picked off of the corner by Beard. She tries to send it up toward the point. A little traffic there between Nocera and Menichillo. Goes to the far side corner. Hansen has to dip down to help out Redmond. Chipped up, can't get it out. Wrist shot blocked by Redmond. She doesn't know where it is. They're going to pick it up on the far side and bring it to the net. Wrist shot, backhand save. It goes off the post on the near side and finds its way in. Or does it? 1-0. Colonials jump out on top. Couldn't see who it was. Let's see who's leading the charge. It looks like Finley Beard is taking the first congratulations, so we'll say Beard with the goal on that one. 1-0 Colonials. Just 13:23 on the clock here, so we're still very early on. Romick can't get it out. It goes beyond the end line. Rizzo's going to be first to get there. Rockets haven't had but one shot. They did have a shot. It's not up on the board. Shots 3-0 so far for the Colonials. Beard, she's getting credit for that first goal because that's who took the lead in the celebration. There was a lot of traffic in front. She sent it through the crease. It hit from the left side to the near side post and found its way just trickling over the line and behind Emma Lacey. Cook, far side wing, battled with Moligard over there. Rizzo uses the body to spin out with three Colonials there, and she does get it out. But it's sent right back in onside, and the Colonials will change as the Rockets chased after it. Lauren Fox up the near side wing for Luisa Rizzo, but too strong. It goes all the way down. Not going to be an icing. Kepler's going to pick it up, chip it up to the near side wall. They gain the center line, and it's sent in. But it is going to be, I guess, is it an offside or what is it? I see a face-off happening down there. As my tripod takes a hit by me. Sent out the right side, Hansen. Near side boards, they'll battle for it. Menichillo over there. A host of players from both teams. Hard to see. It's in one angle, it's hard to see. Mattone came out of the point with it. It's loose in front, but picked up. Machero was there, and then Cohen. Sage Cohen sends it across. It's bunted down on the near side and brought in. It's that Norton wrist shot. Lacey with the glove save, and she hangs on. 11:31 left, period one from Bridgewater Sports Arena. It says on the logo now it's RSG Arena at Bridgewater. It says at Rock Ice in Dunellen that it's RSG Arena at Dunellen. But we affectionately have long known these arenas by their original names and the names that still grace the buildings outside as the Rockets win the faceoff but give it away. Sperling on the far side. Fox, Sperling gets it at the net, but it exceeded the reach of Lacey and didn't go on goal. Centering feed, one-time big save by Lacey. She got the stick on it. She's busy so far. Battled for behind the net. Stick lifted right there. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on that? Fox just lifted Martin's stick. She lifted it right out of her hands, and I guess they're going to call a hook on that one. Not the start the Rockets were looking for here, and that looked like a pedestrian move that we see pretty much 100 times a game, where you lift the stick from underneath. If the player loses the stick, that's kind of on the player who lost the stick, but they call a hook. It looked like he didn't want to call it at first, but nonetheless it's called. Ulrich on the dot, Cook the other forward. Ulrich gets pushed right down, right in front of the ref, and he doesn't say a word. Just lets it happen. Martin just chucked Ulrich right down. The puck's not there. Didn't want to even it up. Cook had it for a moment but couldn't find it out of the skates. Keira Redmond will go back. She gets hooked right there. Martin loses the stick again. Sent up the near side wall. Kept in by Cornell. She's going to try to march it all the way down and does. Martin now with the stick. She regained it as it's lost right in a near side vicinity. Spurling the wrist shot, right pad saved by Lacey. She kicked out the left skate after that. Sperling gets juice on pretty much anything she shoots. You don't want her alone with your goalie in front of the net with the puck, that's for sure. Here comes Ulrich looking to take the pass from Redmond, can't quite connect. Comes to the near side. Shoemaker Gromick was there. Sent up the middle. Ulrich did get a piece of it, so that's why there's no icing. Rockets will change up front. Hansen will kill it up front with Nieves. She'll put the pressure on Martin and force the turnover if Bruno can get there, which she does. Bruno will stay in pursuit, trying to chip it forward. One referee, he was not even here at the start. That's why we got underway a little bit late. And so far, it looks like they're going to play with just one. Hansen's going to grab this one, as now the Rockets are at even strength, it looks like. The player's still in the box, but the time's not on the clock for the penalty. They're not at even strength. It's just that the penalty's not on the clock. Wrist shot by Nieves, and Jumbo with the save as it comes to the far side. Hansen steps in and sends it in to the near side corner. It comes toward Redmond's area. She's able to keep it in. Nieves is going to try to get there, and she'll keep it in. Battling with Kepler. Has Hansen in front, but Hansen can't jump too far because she's killing a penalty, or at least she had to stay in the penalty killing posture for another 2 seconds there. So the discipline of Hansen makes it a successful penalty kill for the Rockets, who trail 1-0 with 8:43 left in period 1 on a Friday night hockey. Rockets will send it out of the zone. Shoemaker Gromick, Kepler, now tipped by Menichillo, and they'll retreat back into their own zone. Lauren Fox cross ice for Grace Ulrich. They get it out of the zone. Beard sent it back in, no offside. There's no delayed offside, but we're just one referee here. So you can imagine how difficult that is in a fast-moving game. Mulligard draws a lot of traffic in between the hash marks. Can't maintain possession. It goes to the far wing. Menichillo wins that with the long spear of a stick and gets it out. Martel turns it for Brennan on the far side. Rizzo jumps off the bench, had a little speed, but didn't have Connelly sort of in the right spot. Connelly's going to pick that one off, try to send it in. Brennan knocked it down. Martel's going to pick it up, and a lot of traffic there. Otterbein can't hold on. Her opposing number 13, Rizzo, takes it in. Thought she had Connelly onside, but it's whistled down for the offside. 7:40 left, period 1. Rockets trailing the Colonials 1-0. The Colonials, just a couple of Saturdays ago, 13 days ago, jumped out to a 4-0 lead on the Rockets. And the Rockets settled down, battled back, got to 4-3, got a breakaway, and just couldn't get the tying goal. The two involved in that were two who were right touching the puck there, Ulrich and Rizzo. Ulrich had the breakaway. Rizzo was there on the follow-up trying to put it in. Let's see if they can convert it tonight as Rizzo gets it on the near side. Rizzo over the left wing, has nobody there, so she dumps it. There's a change taking place behind her as Redmond jumps off in favor of Bruno. Rizzo picked off the clearing pass for a moment, but the second one through was Nocera, and she got it out. Brennan on the breakaway. Drennan down the middle. Wrist shot. Saved by Lacey with the pad, and she controls the rebound to her teammate. Far side, it comes to Hansen. She gets it out of the zone safely and gets now a little help using the body as a shield. Nieves is going to pick this up and run in 1-on-5 and get it in as the Rockets change a few behind her. Rockets haven't been able to maintain possession in the offensive zone the way they did in the second half of the game last October or whatever, September, whatever it was, 13 days ago. So let's see if they can change that around. We know they have the offense to continue it. Not playing with the full lineup today, as you might be able to see. We'll talk about it maybe at a stoppage. Rockets are going to draw their first power play of the game. Hansen was hustling it in on the right wing. It looked like Martin got the stick blade into the skates, and Steph Martin will go off for a trip, and the Rockets will have their first power play with 6:02 left in period 1. The shots on the board say 3-0, but there's a few more than that both ways. Ulrich on the dot. Cook on the far side, shoveled it at the net but couldn't get it in. Rizzo was in the slot there. Fox on the left point trying to keep it in, but Norton steered it out. And now it comes in by Rizzo and Ulrich on the left wing side, but they can't hold it in there and get it low. Fox retreats, she's on the left point. Bruno, who's now getting the puck on the right. Izzy Cook gets it up the right wing there and will dump it in. Ulrich is going to be hustling in on one side, Cook on the other to force the pressure. Fox is going to hustle all the way down. Rizzo will jump back to cover the point. Those two will communicate and switch back. Brought up to the far side point. Cook is going to take her time, dump it to the near side, and it will be picked up by Cornell for a moment. Ulrich to Rizzo, one-timer! Glove save, it's loose in front, and the Rockets can't grab it. Cook was there, she couldn't quite get it, but Cornell was able to get just enough, and she shoots it into the Rockets bench, so they'll have that face-off on the dot right in front of the Colonial bench or at center ice, with a minute left in the tripping penalty to Martin of the Colonials. The first penalty in 2 weeks, first power play in 2 weeks for the Rockets. They, in their game last week, did not have the benefit of one, and they had 3 against. Draw your own conclusions. Redmond, centering feed, attempted one-timer by Nieves, but had the stick lifted. Nocera is going to come out. She's a defenseman, and she's going to try to race it all the way through. She finds Mattone over there, takes a spill as she tried to steer around her on the far side. It's going to be picked up by Menichillo. She's got Hansen with her and Nieves trailing. Menichillo right down the middle. She's going to take the outside wing. Wrist shot, sharp angle, missed the net, but Redmond will pick it up at the point. Keira Redmond will send it toward the net, but Nocera bunts it down and chips it out. Grace Mattone, 15 seconds left in the power play. 4:15 left, first period, 1-0 Colonials. Centered in front, backhand by Nieves off the feed, sauce from Hansen. Nieves sent it just wide. Mattone steps in from the left point as the penalty expires. Martin steps to her bench and they exchange with Otterbein, who jumps on from the bench. Goes toward the point on the right side. Hit a funny part of the board. Malagard corralled it down with the right skate and then the stick to get it out of trouble, and that was going to be big trouble. This one popped out into neutral ice. It was not knocked down with a high stick. The referee ruled on it immediately. Otterbein gains the line on the right side for a moment, but Mattone then denies her possession. Comes back to Kepler. She'll send it in from the right side, and there we'll skate it around the back of the end line. Center and feed, one-timer, a lot of traffic there. Otterbein was looking to redirect it from the far post. Redmond trying to fish it out of Otterbein's skates. One of them got it to the far side where Connelly is there. Her stick is tied up a little bit by Cornell. Cornell hooks back and forth with Redmond. They're just battling for a puck. They were 5 feet away from it, but playing the puck, I guess you could say. So go single ref, no call either way, and that's fine. Wrist shot. There's a blocker save. Shoveled in front by Ulrich, and another save by Jumba. 2:42 left, first period. Rockets trail 1-0 to the Colonials. The battle of the teams with New Jersey in front of their names. New Jersey Rockets, New Jersey Colonials. Neighbors up and down Route 287. Familiar faces. Most of the players have either played against each other, played with each other, or at least know each other by name and by face, as Menichillo fires a shot that Jumba sticks aside. Near side board battle, knocked down by Nieves, sent to Sperling. She's 2-on-1 with Grennan and Bruno back. Sperling, wrist shot, missed the net. Comes all the way out for Menichillo. She finds Hansen. Hansen couldn't quite corral it there, and Martel picks it up. Chasing back to grab it is Sperling, now to Kepler, who moves it over the line on the right side. Kepler, wrist shot. Lacey saw it and steered it wide. Martin is going to go off on a penalty again for the rough, and she just saw a gap, was trying to get to the puck, but she hit Bruno before she got the puck, and Martin will go in the box for the second time, and that'll be the second power play for the Rockets. There's 1:58 left in period one. The Colonials have a 1-0 lead. Finley Beard with the goal, with 13:23 left in the first, a goal mouth scramble. So Martin in the box for the rough, same alignment as before for the Rockets. Nieves on the dot, Menichillo far side, Hansen in the slot, gets down low toward Hansen. Kepler tied the stick up there for a moment, but it came to the opposite side of the net. Fox will work it in from the point, and Nieves will cover the point on the left side. Centering feed for Hansen, but Kepler got the stick there first. Nieves will send it back over the line on the stick side of the goalie, and now on the opposite side of the opposing goalie, rather. Here comes Sperling. She's 1-on-1. Fox is going to try to cut the angle. Sperling gets in. Wrist shot, score. So 33 seconds into the penalty to Martin, Jesse Sperling doubles the lead for the Colonials, who make it 2-0 with 1:25 left in period number one from Bridgewater Sports Arena. So a similar script writing itself here as the first game when these teams played, where Colonials got a 4-0 lead. Rockets now on the remaining 1:21 of the power play. Ulrich up front with Rizzo and Connelly. Mattone and Redmond, the defense pair. Sent through the middle. Wrist shot, and Lacey got the blocker on that one to keep it where it is. Rizzo's going to chip that one out. Shoemaker-Gromick sends it over toward Norton. Norton goes around the right side. Sharp angle wrist shot. Lacey knocked it down. They chip it up, but finally get it out. Rizzo to Ulrich. Back to Rizzo. Back to Ulrich. They gain the line on the left side. Latham is over there. Ulrich and Rizzo trading it back and forth up and down the ice. Now it's Ulrich's turn. She shoots. Kepler knocked it down with the glove. Connelly trying to hold possession over there. Needs a little help. Gonna get it. Oh, Rizzo was there. Went past her. Too strong. Kepler now is going to skate it out with about 25 seconds left in the power play and the period. There's about a 2-second differential, so there would be some carryover time if the Rockets can't convert it. Riz was looking to get behind the D there, but Kepler stepped in and made the play. Rockets have 10 seconds to work. Ulrich, centering feed, was looking for Redmond coming down the slot. Redmond kept it in for a moment, but Cohen's there. Cohen chips it out. That's going to expire the period. And it was not the one that the Rockets were looking for coming out of the gate on the first of 3 games this weekend on a Friday night in Bridgewater. 2-0 Colonials. 8-5 the shots officially on the board for the Colonials in period one. Beard with the first. Sperling with the second, it was shorthanded. So 7 and 14. If they have a 21, you might want to look for her to score the next one. So the Rockets still not at full strength on the bench. They're hoping to get back Kirsten Kamerkar soon. And their captain, Payton Jacobus, in uniform but not pads, is also clad that way on the bench with her helmet on. Unable to go today, but hopefully soon. So that's two of the Rockets' more speedy players that they're playing without tonight. Bob Connolly has the reins tonight for the Rockets. Coach Bob, you can see him on the right side there in front of the gaggle of Rockets. He's being helped on the bench by Mike Cook, and of course the two Rockets players helping out with manning the doors that we just mentioned, but not playing. Rockets visit the Ramapo Saints on Saturday evening and then come back to their home in Dunellen on Sunday evening for a date with the Philadelphia Bells. So it's the first game of the season for them against the Saints and the second against the Bells, who they beat 4-0 down in Sewell, New Jersey 2 Fridays ago. Rockets will start the period with 2 seconds of power play time, so that means Martin will exit the bench essentially as soon as the face-off occurs, so they probably set their lineup in order for her to do that. Liftoff period 2 as Nieves wins it and tries to march right down Broadway. Menichillo, centering feed, Nieves, Jumbo with a save, and she covers up before Ceci could pop anything in with the rebound. So a good start with the Rockets, but the second penalty was now killed off by the Colonials. They've been down twice, and they've kept the 0 on the board. The Rockets would like to get it off the board. Menichillo grabs the face-off win from Nieves, hustles toward the net. Jumba rebuffs her attempt to move it from the back of the end line to the front of it and covers it. Same face-off alignment there. Battled for along the boards as Menichillo picked it off. Menichillo not trying the same move this time. Centering feed went off Hansen's leg. The stick got tied up by Nocera just in time. She's been strong, number 2 so far. Beard trying to get it down the middle, but meets 2 Rockets. Nieves there getting hooked by Otterbein with a second ref. Ava Otterbein would have been probably sitting in the box there, but with one ref you can't see everything. And that wasn't even much of an intentional one. It's just when you get the stick caught sometimes and the underarm, that's going to happen. But full and even strength for all. Sperling on the dot. 2 forwards on the left boards, and that's where Sperling tries to win it, but she wins it to Redmond, who sends it up the far side. It takes that funky bounce. That's the door where the Zamboni enters and exits. So that door hopefully is secured for the safety of the players, but it could just be something in the conjunction of where that actually is sitting. Picked off by Ulrich, who sends it toward Rizzo. Shoemaker Gromick gets there first, and they send it in with the quick turn. Martin, centering feed, goes all the way through the point. This is not an icing because they sent it down there themselves. So Jumba's free to play that one, and it will be picked up by Cornell. Ulrich brings it in, but she's way offside there with Cook and Rizzo already into the zone. Whistle and a stoppage of play, 15:32 left, period 2. 2-0 Colonials over the Rockets. Colonials in the dark blue jerseys, Rockets in the white with black and red. Cohen wins the face-off back into her own zone. Kepler pressured, sends it up, and Nieves knocks it down with the glove. Sends it low for Menichillo, tries to get it into the slot for Hansen, but the passes for the Rockets have not been connecting so far tonight. Near side move is Latham. As Latham gets in, she sends it across ice and was looking for Norton there. comes up toward the point. Menichillo redirects it away from Kepler, who retreats back to neutral ice, turns and sends it in, but not sharply for Cohen. Kepler, looking, goes cross ice for Latham, who touches it, so it's no icing, but doesn't gain the possession. Kepler throws passes like Brett Favre. They have a lot on them all the time. There's nothing soft or subtle when Kepler's making a pass, and you better catch it. Redmond with a bump, and somebody folded over like a cheap tent over there, and that draws a penalty. So Redmond's going to go. They've called it at least consistently for the roughs. That was a pedestrian bump, but Redmond's going to go for the call. She's the lower player. They call the check on that, not interference or roughing. So the more diminutive in height player, Redmond, who is extremely strong on her skates and has a low center of gravity, gets sort of penalized for it in this case. Sperling rips one, glove down by Lacey. Sperling has a shorthanded goal, and there it is. That puck is just finding that spot every time. Mattone back with Fox. The two lefties will kill it off on D. Ulrich and Connelly up front. Connelly will try to accept that pass from Ulrich, who picked it off. They can't get it out. Martin chips one to herself and is looking to establish some possession. Tries a centering feed, but Fox knocked it down. Ulrich sends it right through the wickets of Kepler, so no icing there. Icing in effect in all situations, but that was not going to happen because Ulrich wisely sent a clearing feed off of the opposing player. Overskated by Martin in that strange part of the ice. Connelly tried to backhand it out. Ulrich trying to do the trick she can as Brennan keeps it in. Fox eventually gets there. Fox chips it to herself and chips it out. Ulrich in pursuit. She'll probably try to jump off the bench if she possibly can. Connelly comes all the way back for it. Rockets have no numbers here and 41 seconds to kill. Good attempt to get it out there. Can't quite connect on it. Down low, Brennan. Sperling, wrist shot. Left pad saved by Lacey to keep it 2-0. Rockets had tired players who were hustling off the ice, but it's the period of long change as Sperling's wrist shot is knocked down by Bruno's stick. Bruno now playing 1-on-2 and essentially winning it because the Colonials gave it up there. But Cohen finally picks it up and exchanges with Sperling. Sperling's going to hustle off to the bench. She took a bump over there. Hopefully she's okay. You're not going to meet a nicer kid than Jessie Sperling, and she's a darn good hockey player too. She's got one of the goals here as the Rockets have killed it off. Bruno steps up. Rizzo's going to pick it up. Tries to get the handle, was looking for Cook, but Cohen's going to circle back and pick it off. Cohen gets a little gruff from Fox, who will now retreat back into the zone, and wholesale changes for the Colonials, but Otterbein's going to pick this up, jumping in off the ice. Centering feed goes all the way through as Menichillo was there. Cook tries to knock down a shot from Martel. Goes to the far side. Rizzo is going to grab that, try to muscle it up the boards, but there are 3 Colonials there. Centering feed knocked down by Bruno. Cook's going to grab it. She's got a little room. She's going to skate it out 2-on-3, 2-on-4 with Rizzo. Finds the line on the right side and dumps it in to Ceci Cook. Far side, Rizzo in pursuit. Sent around her. Now sent down. It's not going to be an icing. It's not strong enough. 11:35 left. Period 2. 2-0 Colonials. As Redmond sends that right off the top of the glass. We had some concerned parents that were getting ready to try to catch a puck that would have been headed right at their face. But she deftly sent it off the top of the boards. Not fortunate enough for that puck to go on goal, so it's an icing. Otterbein against Nieves to the right of Lacey. Chalk that one to Nieves for the moment, but it's loose in there. Wrist shot, sticked away, or it might have been the pad of Lacey. Chipped out, and Hansen gets it out with a little battle with Martel. Otterbein, far side, is going to chip it in, but can't get it past Mattone. Nieves steps in, centering feed. Martel's getting all the way over there. and will send it at the net, but far of the post on the left side. Centering feed, Menichillo interrupted it for Otterbein. Hansen's going to pick it up, chipped it forward. Beard is back. She's a forward, playing in a defensive posture there. Pushing and shoving, and some sticks getting up over there. Cornell, behind, I mean, you could say behind the play, but the ref was looking at that, had the stick up on Hansen. Nieves is going to win that. She's looking for Menichillo on the drop. Can't get it all the way to her, but Redmond had it at the point. Couldn't quite corral the hard clearing attempt. 10:26 left, period 2. The Rockets have settled it down here a little more. They've had 2 power plays to the Colonials 1, but the Colonials scored on one of the Rocket power plays shorthanded. That attempt from Mollegard and Sperling will go all the way down. Why is that not an icing? Neither player touched it. Both were reaching as we hit the 10-minute mark of time remaining in the period. Grace Ulrich on the left side has Rizzo as the trailer and Hansen in the slot. 5 Colonials get back in time. 3 of them are going to turn and go against 1 Bruno. They come in offside, but there's no call. Bruno breaks it up anyway. That's one of the plays where just the single ref is in a very, very difficult spot. The second ref, if one were here, would have clearly called that an offside because they were a full stride off. That one sent up and not offside as Martin got it back in time. Sent at the net and covered by Lacey before Martin could get her own chip pass. Whistle and a stoppage of play, 9:20 left, period 2, 2-0 Colonials. Let's see if the Rockets can successfully climb out of the hole this time. They almost did it a couple of weeks ago against this team. And they're trying to do it once again without their full complement, as Jacobus and Kamerkar are on the bench but unavailable tonight. Rizzo gets it up the far wing boards. Fox is going to help get it out. It's going to go all the way down for an icing. No, she decides to play it. Well, I think the ref said no. I wasn't looking at him. Bruno's going to grab that and neutral ice, use Fox, her defense partner, and Fox sends it up, but the hustling Shoemaker Gromick picked it off, leaves it now for Cohen, and leaves a wrist shot for Norton, who sends it over the net. Norton, one-timer in front, and she scores. Rockets just got a little out of sorts there. They brought the puck calmly from neutral ice toward the middle. Shoemaker Gromick really made that play. She was at her perch, I believe actually all the way on left D, and she saw the puck going to the opposite side, and she just exploded, took a chance, picked it off, and was hustling in. That helped the Colonials get behind the D, stay behind it, and they made 2 good passes and converted to make it 3-0. 8:25 now left in period 2. The Rockets digging themselves a hole. They got to get that potent offense going here, and they haven't been able to sustain quite enough on the offensive end. Redirected, and a big save by Lacey. I don't know how she saw it. She did at the last moment and just got the stick on it. Shoemaker Gromick is going to take that one out of the zone and send it back around. It goes all the way along the end dasher and to the near side where Redmond has it, but she's battling with Mollegard. Mollegard goes to the point. Wrist shot knocked down by Lacey. Mollegard shovels the rebound at Lacey. She doesn't know where it is. Now she picks it up. It's battled for just at the apron on the side of the net. Shoemaker Gromick sends it toward the net. Can't get it through traffic. Otterbein tries to center it, but Mattone picked that off. Sent toward the point. Whiffed on it there. Menichillo gets it up and just gets enough of it out. Mollegard sends it in offside as Otterbein didn't get to clear the zone. If you're watching from Hawley, Harrisburg, Hackensack, the Himalayas, we're glad that you are. We have Many of you have shown your support in person and also by subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you're a first timer on here, we appreciate it no matter which side you're from. And if you hit that subscribe, you could always check out all the archives, and anytime we're doing live streams like this or uploading a better copy of the game or coach interviews post-game or any other content that we might bring you, you'll get an alert. Martin on the one-timer sent it wide of the net. Another one-timer! Lacey does the splits and makes the save with the left pad and covers up! Sperling reaches into the back pocket to check her wallet to see if it's there because she just got robbed. Emma Lacey, number 7. Emma Vezina, as my buddy Jerry Milani nicknamed her a couple of years ago, playing like it. Tonight, despite the score, didn't have much of a chance really on any of the 3 she's allowed. It really could be about 6 right now. Bruno chips it for Cook. Izzy Cook will skate it out and push Martell back. Hit Ulrich. Rizzo and Ulrich are there. They collide. Cook tries to pick it off. Ulrich was behind the D, but it just is one of those nights where she's spinning the wrong way, and every Rocket seems to be. Whistle and a stoppage of play on the icing. I had to look away for a moment, and it is icing. 6:10 left, period 2, 3-0 Colonials. The mountain growing a little bit steeper, but if the Rockets can get one back here, they can play the game a little bit more confidently from there. One-time attempt by Menichillo hit Martell off the feed. Hansen, wrist shot through traffic, goes just wide. Okay, Rockets now getting some established offense down low. Puck sent behind the end line. 2 Colonials there, not a Rocket yet. And that allows the Colonials to break out. Latham trying to get through Redmond. Eventually it gets into the zone. Chipped up by Mattone, but Martell stepped in. Nieves is going to get by her. Nieves and Nochera, one-on-one. Here comes Ceci. She'll skate it around the right side. Hansen's on the right corner posture and will pick it up now. She has Menichillo in front. Wrap-around attempt. Knocked down with the stick. Chipped over the net. Near side. Nieves tries to get there. Nochera, she gets bumped by Menichillo. Nieves is back as well. Fighting in was Redmond, taking a chance and jumping in at the point. That's going to create a 2-on-1. Mattone's back. Cohen over to Norton, who scored the last one. Knocked away. Latham, top of the circle, wrist shot. Lacey saw it all the way and got the glove down there for the whistle. 4:59 left, period 2, 3-0 Colonials. Rockets need to get one on the board here. First, as the great Hall of Fame NFL coach Bill Parcells said, the most important thing, get the 0 off the board. Get the 0 off the board. That's what the Rockets are faced with right now. If they don't get the 0 off the board, there's not much else to play for in terms of a win-loss tie. Beard gets it taken away by Ulrich, but it goes to the point, and Shoemaker Romek keeps it in. Wrist shot by Beard. Fox knocked it down. One-time attempt off the pickup by Malagard. Beard in front, draws traffic there. Chipped up by Ulrich. It gets toward Lacey. She knocked it down with the glove, then with the stick. Beard picks it up, bottom of the circle, tries to center it. It comes all the way to Cornell at the point. She tries to go lower for Beard, who can't quite get it. It comes now to Cook, who sends it through, but a little too strong for Connelly. Ulrich far side in front of the penalty box there, can't corral it, and it comes to the near side wall. Malagard in a race with Bruno. Bruno was going to get by, Malagard angled her off. Good technique by Rhiannon, former Rocket. Cornell. Malagard. Now Bruno gets it. Cook is going to grab that and send it in. And let's see if the Rockets change any. Connelly jumps off, Menichillo jumps on, Menichillo steps in, Mattone jumped on, she kept it in at the point, Menichillo kept it in now as well, Menichillo's got Cook, and traffic, wrist shot, didn't get much on it, and it goes wide. Cook spins off of Cornell, gets room, looking to center it, it goes off the stick, Nieves tried to move it over for Menichillo, but it's just not connecting for the Rockets tonight. They just need one of those plays to connect. Cornell, sped by Redmond over there, was trying to wall her off, couldn't quite do it, but did force the turnover. Cornell sends it in as Otterbein got onside. We're under 3 minutes left in the second period. 3-0 Colonials over the Rockets. Beard, Sperling shorthanded, and then Norton. One-timer glove save by Lacey on Sperling. She could have 3 easily. Colonials send it through. It comes to the near side point and Sperling circles back. We send it in. Mattone's going to pick this one up. Redmond. Ulrich was looking to get behind the D, but Redmond's pass, she attempted to hit it there, but it didn't quite connect. Good look at least. Probably needed to see her do it about a moment earlier. Martin, centering feed, knocked away by Ulrich. She redirected it. Hansen's going to pick this up. Here comes Tootie up the left wing. She's going to gain the line and dump it. So Menichillo could jump off and Rizzo jump on. Bruno jumps on. Fox jumps on. Ulrich is up front with Hansen. Rizzo's the other forward. Centering feed, wrist shot, Sperling scores, and it's 4-0 with 100 seconds left in period 2. Jesse Sperling got open time, open space, and between the hash marks, a clinical wrist shot beats Lacey on the stick side to make it 4-0. That's 2 for Sperling, and boy, she's just been a holy terror to the Rockets tonight. She could have twice as many. The scoreboard says 4-0, 1 minute 40 left in the second period, and 19-8 the shots for the Colonials. So the Rockets have written the script again for themselves. They were down 4-0 last time. Ulrich and Rizzo on the break, and Ulrich just falls. I mean, she's not the kind of player who is just falling in open ice, but that is a microcosm of the way the game has gone for the Rockets tonight. Ulrich and Riz would have had a 2-on-1, a pretty clear 2-on-1 there, and Grace just fell. It's hockey. It's a hard game. If it was easy, everybody would play it. That's why our girls are special. Norton moving it through, spinning, near side wing, sends it between the points for Cornell, who works it lower. We're under a minute left in the period. Rizzo got a piece of that. Pass to Norton. They're playing the 4 corners. Wrist shot, Martel knocked down by Bruno. Ulrich knocks it away. Ulrich trying to get off to the races, and again, can't quite get it. The way that most of the games have gone this season, Ulrich would have just kicked that forward. It would have found itself right on her stick blade, and she would have been off to the races. It's not tonight. Connelly comes in 2-on-1 with Rizzo. Beard hustling back, leaves it for Ulrich. Wrist shot, centering feed instead, and it's blocked away as it got through traffic. Mattone, centering feed. Rizzo and Ulrich were in front, but it just didn't get through Cornell. Sent in way offside. 8.2 seconds left, period 2. Colonials have 2 in each period and a 4-0 lead and a 19-8 advantage in shots. They played 13 days ago. The Colonials built a 4-0 lead. The Rockets stormed nearly all the way back. They got it to 4-3. And they're going to have a similar hill to climb here tonight in Bridgewater. 4-0 Colonials after 2, 19-8 the shots in favor of the blue. Rockets are going to need to pick it up. They're A little undermanned, but they've been like that for most of the season. They've been only at full strength for one game. And yet they've managed to play extremely well. Of all the games this season, this one has gone their way the least, by far. By the end of the second period in the previous game between these two, they had reduced the deficit to 4-1. But the games are not played on paper, and they're not played by computers, and that's why they go out there and do it. The handicap of having just a single ref is shared by both clubs evenly. The assessment so far, the Rockets have had some difficulty sustaining offensive pressure down low, and that's a result of the passes just not connecting. Everybody seems a half stride or a half step off. There's hustle, and sometimes even when you try your best, you might even be over trying. So there's no lack of effort or lack of hustle or lack of heart. It's just that things have not gone their way. We have seen this before, though. Not just in the previous game with the Colonials, but in a number of the Rockets' previous games where, by and large, their best period is the third. They'll need to bring their best third period if they want to change what looks like the de facto outcome of this game. They'll get a little less than 24 hours of rest, and they'll be in Muncie, New York on Saturday evening for an 8:40 puck drop at Sportorama against the Ramapo Saints. They'll then get about 20 hours of rest and do a 6:40 puck drop in Dunellen on Sunday against the Philadelphia Bells. But before any of that, they have one period of business left with the Colonials. Emma Lacey in the goal to our right, Steph Jumba. The goal to our left, liftoff, period 3. Let's see what the Rockets got. Martin sends it in, and she just trips over the circle. Hansen's going to pick this one up. She's with Menichillo and Nieves. Nieves grabs this one, skates in with Menichillo, leaves it for her, but not in a spot where she could bring it into the zone. So she retreats. Redmond, banked from Nieves, over to Hansen, who curls at the far wing. It goes to the point, and Redmond can't corral it. If I tell you they've missed that drop back to the point 2 times in the first 12 games, I might be exaggerating, and they've missed it about 5 tonight. Redmond shrugs off Martin as things pick up. Martin fixing her equipment there, has a glove off and will skate frustratedly to the bench, but hopefully not injured, just equipment malfunctioning underneath the 88 of her jersey. Ceci Nieves for Francesca Hansen. Can't get it through the middle as Shoemaker Gromek. Oh, there's a big hit by Menichillo, who ran into her. And Hope's going to go off for interference or a rough. They're going to call it roughing. Hope didn't really have anywhere to go. She put the hands up to protect herself. That's not a player who is typically initiating any kind of contact right there, but the leading goal scorer for the Rockets is going to take a break for a couple of minutes for the roughing. That power play is now the second of the game. I'm not sure what the Colonials coach is thinking. Maybe she's trying to advocate for a 2 and 10. I mean, that's your garden variety roughing or body check right there. There was no ill intent. You can go back, rewind it, and check for yourself if you'd like to see, but it was two players turning and one getting the hands up to protect herself and stepping through the other player. Rizzo picks it off, backhands it for Ulrich. Ulrich going to try to turn the corner, but Nocera gets a piece of it. And it's sent in over the end line on the far side. Rizzo and Ulrich up front killing it off. Fox and Bruno on the back line. They've killed off the first 21 seconds as Latham tries to turn the corner on the right side. Centering feed, knocked away by Bruno. Ulrich comes down to pick it up, chips it past Cohen, gets to the point past Martell. Rizzo's going to see if she can pick off a D-to-D pass right there. Oh, she almost had it. One step away. One step away. Colonials move it around. They've slowed things down here a little bit, but that doesn't mean they've taken their foot off the gas. Latham down low, can't get the connection from Cohen. Latham spins, goes right through the dot. Wrist shot, hit Fox's stick blade and goes aside. They've killed off the first minute of it, have the Rockets, as a backhander by Cohen is gobbled up by the glove of Emma Lacey, number 7, in the white and black. Cook and Connelly up front killing it off. Connelly will take the draw. Cook will stay in the slot, marking Brennan. Cook will try to steer it through. It's pushed toward the point. She was 1-on-4. Brennan now tries to get it between the hash marks, can't do it. Fox is going to pick it up, send it up and through. It hit off 2 Colonials and found its way out. Martell telegraphed a pass that Connelly was trying to pick off. Brennan's going to march in. Wrist shot. Lacey makes the save with the blocker. Rebound covered up in front. And somebody got decked over there. Bruno. As Fox was standing sentry in front of her prone netminder. 14:03 left, period 3. 4-0 Colonials. 26 seconds left and the penalty to Hope Menichillo. Cook and Connelly up front. They reverse it to the near side. Nocera shot blocked by Mattone, hustling through. Cook comes to pick it up, gets it into neutral ice, sends it down. It's not going to be strong enough for an icing, and the goaltender, Jumba, clears it. Brennan picks it up. She'll skate it at Mattone and now chip it by for Martin. 1-on-1 with Redmond, and Redmond wins it for the moment. Martin spins in the corner, and that's, boy, she should get, oh boy, she's going to get cross-checked right there. Redmond. So the Rockets will go back on the penalty kill. Didn't have much rest from before, and they're not doing much to help their cause here as Keira Redmond goes off for the cross-check. Otterbein and Nieves on the face-off. Malagard steps in, but Nieves spins around, chips it up, can't get it out. Centering feed knocked away by Fox. Malagard and Fox. Goes around the end line on the far side. Mattone looking for Hansen, steered up, can't get it out. Sent toward the slot. Fox picks it up, retreats, sends it toward the point, but Cornell just jumps in and keeps it in. Rockets are having a devil of a time getting the puck out of their own zone, shorthanded or not. They're just feeding the points tonight. There's another one. Cornell, wrist shot, Shoemaker, Gromek. Otterbein on the far side alone will skate it behind the net. Go toward the point. Shoemaker, Gromek over to Cornell, who's going to step the puck down along the near side boards. Malagard looking, backhands it up to Cornell. Top of the slot is Gromek. Wrist shot through traffic, redirected, right pad save, loose in front, still loose, nobody can find it. Mattone does. Hansen is finally going to get the Rockets a reprieve by getting it out and dumping it. She'll afford Nieves a change as the penalty is over. I don't see any time on the penalty clock, and I don't see the player exiting the box, so maybe we're having trouble with that. And I didn't mark the time. Otterbein Up the left side, 1-on-2, knocked away by Bruno for the cheers of her teammates. But the Rockets are skating in molasses right now, and the Colonials are not. Redmond's still in the box. I'm not sure what time she should be out. I think the referee is going over to discuss that perhaps right now. Regina and Anthony are handling the clock and the scoring tonight. Two experienced people. The referee discussing with the Colonials bench now what the situation is and perhaps what time Redmond should exit the box. Ulrich and Rizzo up front to kill off whatever the rest of the penalty is. Bruno and Mattone on the back line. Rockets trail 4-0, and there's 15 minutes left in the game. No, there's got to be less than that. There's now clock issue, and 11:50 is the time. There we go. Cohen wins the faceoff, but Rizzo steals it from her and bunts it out. Kepler retreating, Rizzo hounding, hoping for a mistake. The Rockets have to force the mistake if they want to capitalize. Rizzo gets it again. She's going through a bunch of Colonials, gets it to the center line, was trying to dump it all the way down or hit Ulrich with a pass. Rizzo and Ulrich are now joined by Hope Menichillo as the penalty to Keira Redmond has expired. Near side, they'll battle for it. Rizzo wins that from Latham. Menichillo chips it off the board. She's got Ulrich, 2-on-1 or 2-on-2, wrist shot. Noshera got a piece of it, and it went over the net. Norton will break it out. Near side, turning, looking, waiting, centering. Lacey knocked it down with the left pad and covers it up. Rockets back to full and even strength for what they have available. Nieves on the dot, ties up Martin. Menichillo comes in to push it away. Wrist shot, stick saved by Lacey off the rip by Sperling. I don't know that it was headed to the net, but Lacey made sure it wasn't, regardless. Chipped out by Hansen. She's joined by the opposing 9, Brennan, who is able to win the puck battle there. Sent in onside, Cornell picks it up, sends it off of the boards in front of her own bench. Redmond, back to Fox, up to Nieves, and gaining the line is Ceci Nieves and sending it in. Rockets need to if they could just sustain a bit of pressure, they might be able to test Jumba and put one by her. They've, according to the scoreboard, recorded just 8 shots on goal. Here's Menichillo down low, spinning at the line, backhand, easily knocked down with the stick of Jumba. They're trying to reverse it behind the net. It's chipped out toward the front, but lands on the netting that is patriating the backside of the net, and it's whistled down. I'm going to bring this face-off outside of the zone, I guess indicating that a Rocket flipped it onto the back of the net. Martin wins the face-off. Sperling steps in and sends it over to Martel, who finds Brennan, who chips it for Martin, who skates in over the right side. Martin shrugs down Fox. Referee tries to get out of the way. Fans/parents right there. Rockets mixed with Colonials. Both seemingly looking for a call. Menichillo, 1-on-2. Looking, turning, going around the right side. Off her hustle from the left. Menichillo at the half boards, curling. Tries to get through one, was looking to get it down to Ulrich, but couldn't complete the pass. Mattone slams on the brakes, and it gets looking for a little room, sends it all the way over to Ulrich, who has to wait for it, like a center fielder waiting for a high fly ball. Connelly, let's see if she can generate something. She skates it through, unmarked, was looking to center it for Ulrich, but looked like Brennan got a piece of it first. Chipped up, Martel's going to get it out, Connelly's going to hit the brakes, send it forward for Cook, who didn't know it was there, but she was in the right place at the right time. Cookie, wrist shot, stick save, loose, covered up. So Isabel Cook finally with the Rockets' 9th shot of the game. Boy, that took a while. 8:43 left, period 3. Rockets trail 4-0. While it doesn't appear to be their night, we've seen them score in bunches at times this year. And the one thing we have not seen them do this season is quit. On a shift, on a game, regardless of scores. Connelly tries the center and feed. There was nobody there, but Cook will get it over the back of the line and behind the goal on the near side. It sends and hits that funky part of the boards. Cook's going to gather it in the slot for a moment. Redmond's going to try to get through traffic, tries to go down low. Connelly was looking to get behind the D, but 3 Colonials stepped up the way you would in defending offsides in soccer, the way you just step up. In hockey, you could just, if you're onside, you could go behind the defense as much as you'd like or as much as you'd prefer to risk. And Cookie was trying to do that because the Rockets need offense here. They need to get the 0 off the board. 7:49 left, period 3 from Bridgewater Sports Arena. 4-0 Colonials. Off the face-off, Menichillo tries to get it out. Gets a little help from Nieves. There was a bump over there. Menichillo and somebody went down. Menichillo looking for a call, didn't get it. She got bumped from behind. Hansen's going to bring that one in offside. She had no way of seeing Menichillo. Menichillo's complaining to the ref. I mean, this kid, you can't get her to say boo. So she definitely did not like what was going on over there because that's not the type of Sean Avery type player that's vociferous. Quietly confident. There's a whistle behind the play. Kepler and Menichillo both skating toward the penalty box, jawing at one another, and they will both take a seat for a while. Typically, these roughing penalties lead to 5-on-5 action, so they're at even strength. Unless they are giving Kepler an extra bit, which would be a Rocket power play, but difficult to discern that from anything but the scoreboard. The one thing you can do is count players out there, and there are 10 skaters and 2 goalies, so it's even strength. And at the first whistle, after about 5:15 is left in the game, Kepler and Menichillo will be eligible to rejoin the action. 5-on-5. Here comes Norton. She's got one of the goals. Trying to get by Fox. Wrist shot into the basket. And Emma Lacey says, no more bread for you. Ulrich on the dot. Cook and Connelly in the slot, the wings. Fox and Bruno, the defense. Connelly grabs that off the face-off win and steers it out of the zone. Bruno jumps off for Redmond, and Redmond hustles back to get it. Loses it over there, but hustles back to recover. It's by Lacey's stick side, and now past the end line on the far side. Norton's going to get it. She's looking to reverse it, and she does, where Latham is. Latham looking for somebody in the middle, finds Cohen, wrist shot, one save, rebound, score! Norton with the backhand over the prone goalie. 2 Colonials down low, just 1 Rocket there, and that makes it 5-0 with 6:21 left. And there's the stick tap, and Francesca Hansen has a point. She was given a penalty for a similar stick tap last week, and now the Colonials player does the same thing right in front of the Rockets bench, and this referee decides not to call it, but those are the breaks. But she absolutely has a point. Sperling, wrist shot, hits off of Mattone's pad, chipped up the near side board, Cornell. Down to 6 minutes left, this one going the way of the Colonials tonight, barring absolute miracle. They'd need the miracle on Manchester. Let's see if it starts here. Izzy Cook over to Ulrich, can't connect the pass through as Sterling was back checking. Sperling kept in for, no, not kept in. It's offside. Menichillo and Kepler in the box for at least another 25 seconds. They'll need a whistle after that. Nieves on the face-off wins it over to Hansen, who skates it in. Hansen will curl around the circle on the right side and chip it for Rizzo, who sweeps it off the boards on the end line. Martel gets it knocked away by Hansen. Rizzo was there. Martel trying to pick it up again. Chips it up for Sperling, who sends it up and gets it out. Sperling trying to get past Mattone, but can't quite do it. Martin just out of picture. Hansen battles the puck with her. They reverse it to the far side. Martel sends it to the near side. Onside. Nieves. She's got Rizzo in the middle and Hansen with her. Nieves, wrist shot off the breadbasket, and whistle and a stoppage of play. Cross check is the call, negating the offensive chance. Hansen will jump into the box for 2 minutes. So Martin was in the box a couple of times in the first period, and she drew a couple of penalties here in the third. Ulrich and Cook up front. Fox and Bruno on D to kill it off. This face-off should be down in the offensive zone now because of the infraction and where it took place, and I think the referee is going to ignore that. So the perils of the single ref in 2022. Just a guy out there on a Friday night trying to make a few bucks, doing the best he can. Colonials up 5-0, setting up on the power play. Cornell down low, but Fox is going to pick that one up. Rockets just want to, at this point, walk out of here, still trying to the end. And not walking out, giving Jumba a clean sheet. They'd like to diminish that. Bruno, chipped forward, was looking for Ulrich. Brennan can't get a handle on it in the slot. Cornell trying to go down low, but Fox picks it off. Lauren Fox looking for Ulrich. Grace Ulrich shorthanded. She's going to try to beat Martel. Gets through the middle, but finds Cornell over there. Cornell shrugs down Ulrich, and Sperling grabs it and sends it into the offensive zone. So on this power play, the Rockets with so far the best chance. Rizzo and Cook now up front trying to kill it off for another 40 seconds. Bruno will pick it up. She with Fox on the back line. Cook jumps off in favor of Connelly. Rizzo grabs the pass from Bruno, who's going to jump to the bench. Rizzo gains the line on the right side, sends it in, hustles after it. She's going to meet Kepler maybe on the other side. Connelly tries to pick that one off. Mattone grabs it at the line. Mattone trying to rush it in. Mattone will see if she could take it to the house. Centering feed. It's a stick save by Jumbo, who steers it to the far corner. Rizzo looked to pick that one off. Connelly at deep safety grabs it and sends it to Mattone. Out of the box comes Hansen. Aerin passed there, but Redmond cleans up the mess for a moment. Sent through to Beard. She got the scoring started way back in the first. Less than 4 minutes in. Malagard over there. Hansen, Otterbein now is going to grab it and leave it at the point. The penalty's over. The shot's 28-11 for the Colonials, 5-0 on the scoreboard. 2 from Norton, 2 from Sperling, 1 from Beard. Redmond on the far side. 71 against 17. Otterbein picks it up, gets to the slot, looking to unload it, can't do it. Connelly picked it off her stick. Nocera has had a strong game, and she knocked that one forward. Malagard backhands it up to the near side boards. Spinning there is Nocera. She's going to send it over to Kepler, who sends it down low, but Redmond picks it off. Rizzo jumps off, and Nieves jumps on. Connelly jumps off, and Menichillo jumps on. We're down below 100 seconds. Rockets would love to just at least get on the board and give the Colonials a little more to think about for next time. They haven't given them much to think about tonight. Menichillo, wrist shot goes wide of Jumba. Malagard's going to pick it up and skate it out the left wing side. Wheeled off there by Menichillo, who got the stick on the puck. Eventually lost the stick to avoid the hooking. Hustled in by Norton. Norton down the middle. Norton wrist shot. Lacey makes the save with the glove off Bruno's redirection. And she has a little conversation with Bruno right there afterward. They tap each other saying, hey, I know you didn't mean to redirect that thing. You're just making a defensive play. But that's good communication and care between goalie and defenseman. With just under a minute left, Rizzo and Cook join Ulrich up front. Fox and Bruno on D for what probably is the last shift of the game. 5-0 Colonials. Norton working it up the far side. Cook picks it off. She's going to headman it for Rizzo, but too strong and sends it to Cornell, who steers it off the near side boards. Fox shielded Cohen off there. Bruno shielded Latham off there. Bruno tries to power it forward as we're under 25 seconds now. Bruno sends it up, but not out. Shoemaker, Gromek sends it back in. To me, she had the play of the game, Shoemaker, Gromek. But really just turned it around as Rizzo and Cornell battle for it there. Rizzo got hooked down, but with 7 seconds left, the ref just wants to get the heck out of here, and I can't blame him. Wrist shot in the breadbasket, but that's going to expire the game. And this one goes the way of the Colonials, who finish with a 30-11 advantage on the board in shots and a 5-0 victory on the ice. Rockets and Colonials will meet at center ice. I don't know if they're scheduled to play again, but they always somehow meet a few times a year. Sometimes it's like 7 times a year. We'll see how many more times it is this year. And if you're watching from either side, we appreciate your support. Hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and you can be a part of it, whether it's your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter, your niece, your sister, your friend, or if you're watching on demand, yourself. And we appreciate the support. What started out in the pandemic as just a way to bring the games to the folks who couldn't be here has turned into something else quite nice. And we appreciate the support and all the kind words, both online and in person. That's going to wrap it up from RSG Arena at Bridgewater Sports Arena, as we like to call it. Once again, the final 5-0 Colonials. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching. New Jersey Rockets, girls hockey.